So many of you have asked me what weaving is all about, to talk just about energy weaving, to talk just about Shandara. So I'm going to attempt to do that. So I'm going to try and keep this short. It is a whole modality, so it's big. I'm going to try and be concise. I'm going to try and touch on what I get asked most often. If you have any extra questions, then you are most welcome to put them under the video and I will get back to you with them. Okay, so let's start. So Shandara is energy weaving. Energy weaving is working with energy in new ways, right? And there are so many benefits and results and outcomes that it's really hard for me to list all of them. But I'm going to talk about two of the main things that I see happen over and over consistently for everyone. But keep in mind that when you upgrade your energetic system, which is what you do when you become a weaver, you rewire your entire energetic system. You redefine your entire relationship with energy. And so when you do that, everything shifts on so many levels, both internally and externally, right? So I'm going to talk about the two big changes that are consistent for everyone and some of the extra bits that float around that, and then I'll talk about exactly what it looks like to weave energy. Okay, so the first thing that happens is as you start to redefine the way you work with energy, your relationship that you have with it, how you experience it in your body, okay, as you do that, you rewire your whole system and you stabilize and ground your energetic system. It kind of smooths down and it gets stronger, gets more robust, okay? And your capacity widens. So your ability to hold more energy comfortably in your body increases. And by that I mean both the energy coming at you from other people in the world, your clients, the world collective at large, all of that, and the energy that you can create within you, your creative life force energy that you can hold in your body sustainably and comfortably to funnel into acts of creation can increase, okay? Because your whole capacity for energy expands, right? So what does that look like? Well, the first thing that happens in those instances is the days of the energetically overwhelmed healer or light worker or energy practitioner is gone, right? When we have a stable, rock solid energetic system, there is no overload, no overwhelm, no not able to cope anymore, none of that fogginess or shifting roller coasters of moods or inconsistency or anxiety that you have no idea where it comes from. All of those pieces, they go. Okay, so you really stabilize and ground into your power, which is a really important piece if you want to be showing up and serving. You can't constantly be overwhelmed. You can't be on that roller coaster ride between passionate service and, oh my God, now I'm completely overwhelmed and I need to step back and retreat from the world. So that all goes away, okay? Your ability to process emotional stuff in your day-to-day life becomes so fast, becomes so quick. This is what all the weavers say. They're like, well, I know I can shift this in like 10 minutes. Yeah, I can completely move it through my body. I can resolve it. It can be done, right? And that is absolute truth. You absolutely can do that. They do it all the time, right? And along with that, because you're moving so much energy through your body when you weave, when you pull the energy in and you weave it through your body and out of your body and around the room and all the pieces that you do, which I'll talk about, when you do that, you're bringing in massive amounts of life force energy through your own energetic core, right? And so not only are you moving emotional gunk, processing it really quickly on the energetic level, you're also going to find patterns and blocks kind of fall away. Often ones that you weren't even consciously working on. You're just going to suddenly realize, oh, that's not even a thing for me anymore, right? It's just gone. It just moves through your system. You can, of course, consciously work and shift things in a very conscious way with weaving, for sure. But sometimes they're just going to move because of the amount of energy constantly moving through your body. The other thing that happens as that byproduct of moving all that energy when you weave, when you use your body as a conduit for all this energy, is you come into a state of flow. Okay, flow is going in the direction of life force energy instead of fighting against it. Flow is what feels easy. Flow is what feels like life is smooth and happening. It's because you're moving in the correct energetic direction. And when you weave, you're always moving that energy through you. It's like a river moving through you. You come into alignment, you come into flow all the time. Weavers are never out of flow. Okay, they're just not, unless they stop weaving for an extended period of time, then they may have to come back to it, right? But the act of weaving keeps you in alignment, energetically in flow all the time. So with that flow and with that expanded capacity, your ability to hold energy expands as well. And what happens is your ability to create speeds up. It gets simpler. It gets streamlined and simpler and more spacious, but it accelerates at the same time, okay? So things will just seem to happen really easily and quickly. They'll just fall into place and they'll move pretty fast, you know. One of the weavers in Circle currently, right? She decided they wanted to do a massive sea change. They didn't even think it was possible, but they went to check it out. They found one of the houses, there's hardly any houses in the area they wanted to live in, but they found a house, they put in an offer, they got accepted. The same week, they decided to try and put their house up for sale. They sold it by text in that week, like boom, 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 boom. And this is what happens. Your ability to create speeds up, but it gets simpler, right? They didn't have to do the whole rigmarole with all the real estate agents and all the ads and all those pieces. It just kind of flowed. So it speeds up, but it simplifies at the same time, okay? The other thing that you'll notice that's going to happen is when you can hold more energy, when your capacity expands, the results that you create with your clients shifts completely. It elevates massively. The results they get change. And you step into mastery in your craft, whatever your trained craft is. It actually doesn't really matter. As your energetic capacity expands and your energetic system up levels, when you're in the presence of a master healer or a master practitioner or a master coach, whatever it is, it's their energy that you're really feeling, right? It's the way you feel when they're in the room with you or when you're connecting with them in space together, right? It's their energy, it's their energetic system that is elevating them to that next level, that is creating a field that just creates completely different results with you, okay? So the mastery piece comes into effect as well because you've got much higher energetic capacity. When you weave, you do not just work with the energy that's floating around you in the room, right? And that's often what we're taught when we're taught energetic modalities that have kind of been pulled apart from all the ancient philosophies, right? And you're taught the technique, but you're just taught to just start doing it with what's around you in the room. As an energy weaver, you're taught to actually create, raise, build energy in vast amounts and comfortably hold it in your body. What does that mean? It means that you have a massive amount of high vibe potent energy in your body to channel and filter through out of you through all of your modalities, right? This elevates everything you do exponentially. You are not just working randomly with what's around you or, heaven forbid, what's just out of your own personal system. You're building and raising vast quantities of energy, okay? So you're stabilizing your system through the act of weaving. You're flushing and you're rewiring. You're elevating your set point. Your natural vibration is rising. All of those pieces are stabilizing your system. And you're learning how to cultivate massive amounts of energy, being able to comfortably hold them in your body. And so when you work with any energetic tool, modality, anything, it's exponentially bigger in the results that you create from your personal work. Like if you're doing a program in clearing abundance blocks or whatever, that will accelerate, give you much bigger results. No stalling out, right? You're going to go to the next level. Okay, and of course with your clients, same thing. You're channeling so much more energy, mastery level, right? And the third piece when you're weaving is you have a completely different relationship to energy. In fact, you will have a completely different relationship to energy than like 99% of people on the planet, including all the energy practitioners, right? You know energy tangibly in your body. You can feel it. And you come into an extremely strong place of leadership over the energy that you're cultivating. You can command your energy into acts. And command is very different to put it out there and hope and visualize but not really feel it. No, you're going to come into a strong, commanding ownership over the energy in your space, in your body. You're going to know exactly how to wield it at a completely different level. And you're going to feel it when you weave. Whenever anyone weaves, they feel the energy tangibly in their body. They feel it build. I hear this all the time. I have never felt so much energy running through my body. I have never felt myself able to hold so much energy. I'm almost vibrating with it. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you would expect when you're weaving energy. Okay? So that is the level that you then start working at energetically everywhere, across the board, in everything. Okay? This is a whole new level of light worker on the planet. This is a next level power up for all of us that we need to be doing. We no longer can be in overwhelm, energetic overwhelm, not coping with what's going on the planet and what's been coming at us, right? And we can no longer work with a fraction of our power. We need to return to claiming our power, owning our power, and knowing how to cultivate and raise it, rather than just wish for it to be around us somewhere and not even really feel sure if it worked after we did the thing that we were doing, right? That does not exist in weaving. You 100% know. You 100% feel energy. You 100% work with it. You 100% know that it was there and present when you did your work. It's not a guesswork anymore. As your energetic system, your energetic core expands, you're also going to develop heightened intuition. You're going to have new clarity about your mission in life, whatever it is, right? There'll be new levels to it. No matter where you are on the journey, whether you're just working it out or you're a long way down the track and you're looking for the next level, right? All of that will open up. Your creative energy expands. All of the weavers, no matter whether they're coming for mission work or not, see new avenues for themselves in their creativity, in the use of their natural gifts. All of that expands, and they usually activate new gifts along the way. Their blueprint, it gets downloaded into their body at a new level. So all of their gifts that they already have elevate and become stronger, but new ones spontaneously evolve too during the process. So all of that sits there as well alongside that stabilized, really mastered energetic system of your own. Kind of all goes hand in hand. So as you upgrade this entire relationship with energy, your entire energetic system rewires. You show up differently in every area of your life. But you also develop a completely different way of working with energy. It's elevated. It's stable and grounded, but it's elevated. Your ability to read energy, energetically, people, places, things, elevates. To interpret what's going on underneath the surface, laser clear, right? You just know, you feel the energy and you know it, right? To read, interpret, raise and direct, right? These are all things that you elevate. Instead of just sort of intuiting how to do all that, you're actively learning how to do that. And your whole relationship with energy in your day-to-day life shifts, right? And you're always aware of it in your body. You're so much more aware of what's happening in your own body all the time, right? You know exactly what your energetic system is doing. You'll learn to read and understand your energetic system moment to moment all the time and know exactly what it needs and how to shift it, okay? And I guess that's the other thing I should bring to the table. A lot of people who come to weaving, a lot of the sisters who end up coming into circle, they have lots of modalities under their belt, right? And often they're looking for simpler, right? And many of them actually let go of a whole heap of extra bits that take all that all the time, all the different tools, and they just use Shandara, right? Because they can do the same amount of work in one modality in a shorter space of time, 10 or 15 minutes, right? And then it's done, and they've covered all their energetic work on so many layers, right? Which leads me to, what are you doing with the energy once you build it and create it? You have this vast amount of energy running through your body. So usually when you do a Shandara practice, there's a piece where you're internally working with your energetic system, your body, whether you're doing physical healing or emotional healing or up-leveling, or you're channeling new information, or you're activating new light codes in your body, or you're doing something within you. And you're cultivating a mass amount of energy as you weave. At the end of the weave, you have the choice about, well, what do I do with all that energy? What do I gift it to? What do I put it towards? And to be honest, the choice is 100% yours. If you're doing intensive self-healing work, you would direct it back into yourself. You would actually stockpile it all in your body. But if you're manifesting something, you direct it at your goal. If you want to heal the planet or raise the collective or support ascension, you direct it all at that. And it's a massive pulse of energy, right? The weavers who are initiated, like who get to the end of that very first piece of weaving and they get how to weave, just after, a month or two, they're all saying, oh my God, I feel like I can energetically expand to hold the whole world. And when I push the energy out at the end, like when I do that, I feel like it touches everyone. Yeah. Okay. It's a massive amount of energy, and you gift it to whatever it is that you want to gift it to. And so sometimes that's a personal project that you're trying to manifest. Sometimes that's your clients. Sometimes that's the earth, or you're doing a global sort of ritual collective. All of those things are possible, right? So that's like a little bit of the oversight of Shandara. It's a huge field, and to be honest, every weaver brings their uniqueness to it, and they take it in the direction they want to take it. So for some, it's about learning to own their energy and not see it as a liability, that they're energetically sensitive. They want to move past that. They want to go, no, I want this to be my superpower, not a freaking liability. I want to be strong. I want to be stable. I want to use it to accelerate because I'm so in tune with it, right? That's where they want to go. They don't want a roller coaster anymore. They want to be stable. They want to know how to process their shit properly, quickly, permanently, sustainably, fully, right? Not keep going round and round and round in circles on the same thing. That's what they want. Other women want to learn to generate miracle level energy. They want to be able to create phenomenal, huge results, right? They want impact. They want to activate new gifts in themselves. They want new levels of soul purpose. They want to be making, whether they're doing it privately in a small practice with their clients, or they're trying to, change the world, they want massive level results. They want to funnel a whole new level of potency into their work, right? They want to claim their craft and command their power in a different level. Okay, so both of those things exist in Shandara, and it depends on how you feel. There's nothing to say you can't do both, right? But you'll tend to be in one area or the other, and you can flow with it and work with it how you want. So as an energy weaver, outside of weaving, right, outside of the physical act of weaving, it changes everything. It changes everything about how you read energy, how you interpret energy, how you direct and command energy, how you raise and build energy, how you maintain energy. All of those pieces is different, right? So, and it's heightened. You're going to work at a whole new level, okay? And along the way, your energetic system is going to be rewired. You're going to be activated at a different level. And no, that isn't some outside guru attuning you. Okay, that's actually quite common in energetic modalities, right? And I have done them and I have been attuned before, right? That is not the way this works with energy weaving. Your ability to unlock your power is within you. It is you that do it through the act of weaving, right? You own your power at a different level. You unlock it. You attune yourself, if you like, okay? So the process happens through the act, if that makes sense. And you up level. Your whole system becomes rewired. You activate at a new level of energetic understanding, and your ability to work with energy is at a very different level. And you absolutely will not be left wondering if there's any energy present. Was I powerful when I did that? You will absolutely know. Sometimes, the weavers say there was so much energy moving through me, I was vibrating, I was shaking, right? You will absolutely, hands down, feel energy, and you will feel the result of your energetic acts as they come back. We call it callback, right? But the point is, you're not guessing any longer about any of this. It's a very concrete, felt experience in your body. And your entire relationship and your entire understanding of energy is different. So there is a piece of Shandara that is highly service focused to the greatest good, right? So yes, you can completely rewire your energetic system. Yes, all those side benefits of flow and stable system and mastery and the ability to channel vast amounts of energy into your own creative lives, all of those pieces, yeah, right? And they're almost a side effect of the higher level of being a weaver, and that is a new generation of light workers, of energetic practitioners on the planet who are operating at this powered up level, who are actually able to create massive shifts and change, right? And at the moment, with all the awakening on the planet and all the ascension energy, it's the energy that we have access to right now to tap into, and that we should be actively channeling, is immense, right? And our ability to create results on a worldwide scale is huge. And we need to know how to use our power in a whole new way. And so there is this greater level of service, and you will notice it as you move into Shandara, as you learn to weave. You will do acts of service. In fact, sometimes weavers weave because it feels so freaking good. It feels amazing. It feels euphoric. It's so resetting. It's so uplifting, right? It's a juicy, special, awesome process, and you want to do it, right? And then I hear them say, I don't know, I didn't have a ritual, I didn't have an intention for this, I just wanted to weave. What do I do now when I get to the end and I've built all this energy? Because you do, you feel it. You're like, oh my God, I've got all this energy. I'm not sure what to do with it, right? And at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want with it. But if you have no reason and you just weave because you wanted to just feel beautiful and reset your whole body, right? Then you gift the energy to your global mission. Pulse it into the earth, heal the planet, heal the collective, support the rise, whatever it is for you, right? You always have access to be pulsing mass energy, masses of energy. And when light weavers get together, like when energy weavers weave, the power is immense, right? So in the circles, we'll do the same ritual, all of us, across the week, right? It depends on everyone's time zones, but we're all single purpose, single focused, right? And the amount of energy and shift that creates is huge. And that's just one circle. So imagine how many, if there were more and more weavers on the planet, if everyone could work at that higher elevated level, okay? So there is a level of service that comes into it. So Shandara actually combines the 5 pillars for the way that we broadly work with energy on the 3D, on the physical plane, right? So we often use breath to direct and work with energy, right? Breath. Intention is really important. Visualization is another tool that we work with energetically. sound, and movement. Okay, those 5 pillars are all woven into one organic process in Shandara. Okay, and I guess from the outside it most predominantly looks like a movement process. It does. It looks like you're dancing. If someone just walked up to you, if someone saw you doing it, they go, oh, they're dancing, right? Because that is what it looks like. But you also have visualization work going. You also have breath work going. There's a whole lot going on, but it looks like you're dancing. And it intuitively all just flows together. So it's not like a heady process at all. It's a very embodied process. Okay, so we combine and we weave all that together into one synergistic process. What we're doing is we're taking modern energetic understanding, you know, all our quantum physics and all of those pieces, and we're putting them back inside where they got ripped out of. So, you know, historically, energy work was the realm of witches and was not okay and was persecuted, right? And so when energy practitioners started to rise again, when energy work started hitting the mainstream again, it was taken way outside of, it was kind of ripped out, the element of it was ripped out of all the other pieces that might cause it to be persecuted again. Okay, so it was removed from religion, it was firmly placed into science, right? There was no real discussion about divine and divinity or earth or any of that. They sort of got pulled out, okay? And so did all the ancestral wisdom of that, right? So Shandara puts it back in that framework. So your energy work is done in combination in cast space, so sacred, divine space, co-creation with divinity and energy work, right? Those are 2 really important pieces. And it reintroduces our ancestral roots, right? There is wisdom, and admittedly that we're upgrading our understanding of it and we're explaining it using science these days, but there is wisdom in bringing in elements from our ancestral roots, okay? Ritual being one of them, you know. There is so much power in putting it back so that we're using the synergistic whole instead of just ripping our energy work out and handing it off, you know. It's a little bit, I guess, like natural medicine and the pharmaceuticals that just extract one element. It's that same sort of idea. We're bringing it all back together, okay? So, as we weave, what does it look like? I told you it looks mostly like dance. You can weave to any music. Music is what we use as sound, and some of our weavers are even experimenting with less traditional music and toning, okay? But most weavers weave to the music that they love, to the music that creates an emotional response in them, okay? So that's the music, right? You weave to whatever music you like. You wear whatever you want, and you move however you want in relation to the modality of weaving. I'm not going to go into all the details. I can't teach you the whole of weaving in this video. Okay, your practice goes as long as you want or as short as you want. You can do your work in 5 or 10 minutes, or you might like to spend half an hour and do a really more elaborate ritualistic experience. You can do the full spectrum, right? It's really up to you, okay? At the first level, when you start to do energy work and energy weaving, and you come into circle, you'll do level 1, okay? And that initiates you as an energy weaver. Okay, at the end of that, you graduate as an initiated energy weaver. Okay, at that level, you work privately. Okay, you often weave with your eyes closed, and the reason for that is you want to be turned inwards as you're learning to pick up the energy. You want to be really in tune with it at a very different level. So you're working with your eyes closed. It's internal. There's no choreography. There's no performance. A weave never looks the same. Even if you weave to the same song, it will never look the same twice. Okay? It is dependent on the moment, on what you're bringing to it, what your intention is, what energy you're invoking, what's already present in your body. There's so many pieces. So it's an intuitive process, a co-creation where you move with the energies in your body. Okay, so yes, it looks like dance, but there's no performance, there's no set moves, there's no choreography. You're often doing it with your eyes closed. You're always in private. If you're not doing it with your eyes closed, we used a Shandara wall, which is done with low lighting and casts shadows so that you can weave on a canvas. It's a very visual process to weave the energy. But that's what it looks like at that first level, in case you're curious. Like, how does that even look, right? So that's what it looks like. Okay, how does it feel? How does it feel? It feels like a lot of things, but it pretty much always feels delicious and juicy. And depending on the nature of your weave, if you come to it and you're in an exhausted, like you're really overwhelmed and mentally just like, blah, you might want to do a really gentle weave that is relaxing, that rebalances you, that centers and grounds you, right? Or you may want to do a juicy, alive, vibrant sort of weave. It's really dependent on what you want to do, but it always feels really good. Okay, it always feels amazing in your body. You always come out shifted. Okay, when you're learning, I actually ask you to chart what your energetic system looks like before you weave and after, and you'll be amazed. Every single time you will feel energetically completely different to how you entered to how you leave the weave. Okay, the way the energy moves through your body will feel different. The way you feel in your body will feel different. The way you energetically or emotionally feel, right? You'll emotionally be in a completely different space. Your set point will be completely different. Your mind chatter will be completely different. Everything shifts, right? So the way you come in and the way you leave the weave will be completely different. And the way that most people describe the end of a weave is euphoric, is in my power, is blissful, is peaceful, is relaxed, right? Those are the terms that people most use when they're finished their weaving, right? So the actual process of weaving has a few pieces to it. You have a frame that holds the energy weaving inside it. Okay, and your frame brings intention usually, and whether that's you're doing a ritual, like you actually have a very fixed outcome, you want to manifest something, you want to heal something, you want to work globally with the collective, all of those pieces, that would be your frame. Or your frame might be, this is my, what we call a system weave, which means I want to fine tune my system. I want to like increase my energetic flow right now. I want to come back into balance. I just had a shitty day and I want to realign, right? So that's the frame, and the frame changes all the time. When you learn weaving, you'll learn many frames. I'll teach you many, many frames. You can develop your own frames. You'll also understand exactly how to create your own frames. You'll know how to design your own weaving rituals, and you'll learn how to use any of the modalities that you want inside your own personal weaving practice. So some people like to do Reiki, some people like to do tapping. You know, you can do all that as well inside that frame, that broader frame, okay? The weaving piece itself is how we invoke, raise, direct, and command the energy inside. And the energy is our fuel sources, okay? So we start with invoking. And one of the things that we start with is, well, what's our fuel source currently? What's real and moving within us already, right? Because you're bringing that to the weave anyway. But we also consciously invoke and bring in other energies. And there's many, right? We start with qualities, but we bring in earth energy. We bring in spirit. And you call spirit into your body to weave with you. You can weave up against the divine masculine, the divine feminine, a goddess archetype. All of that can be invoked into the process, okay? So we invoke a lot of energy, and we invoke repeatedly, okay? We amplify the energy. We move the energy. At some point, we usually bring it out into the cast space that we're in, and that amplifies it more. We continue to build and raise it. And you bring it in and out of your body. There's breath work involved in that as you breathe in more of the energy again and weave it again through your body, weave it out around the room and back into your body. So it's a very dynamic process, and I'll teach you all the I usually teach the steps, the techniques, like kind of one by one, but pretty quickly, just in a couple of weeks, it all flows together, right? So even though I teach them sequentially so you can understand what you're doing in practice, all of that happens spontaneously, intuitively, and in co-creation with the energy present. And it just happens through the process. It all weaves together. If you are interested in learning and doing your level 1 and becoming an energy weaver, if that interests you, if you've listened to this and you've gone, oh yeah, this would be so good, then PM me or comment below on this and tag me in the video, because the video will probably be up in the group for quite a while and I may lose track if you don't tag me. But PM me or tag me and I will give you the details. I will just PM you the details for the next time the circle opens and there's a new group of weavers coming through. And you are most welcome to reach out to me and ask as many questions as you want and see if it's a good fit.